Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. I don't understand how people are mad at Melody about Martell guilty verdict, because clearly he did everything that he was accused of doing, everything that he was charged with. Martell was found guilty on. They didn't disregard this. They didn't throw anything out. They found him guilty on every single charge that they charged him with. So I don't get it. The DV charge, the harassment, the communication, he did everything. And we all know that he did some things that we don't even know about. Still to this day, that he's probably doing or got into work, set in motion. But people are trying to blame Melody, who happens to be the victim in all of this. It's like, why don't you take these people? They need to take their sickness out on the actual villain, which is Martell. He's the person that was trying to threaten Melody and came up with a plot to release a revenge tape. And I'm like, you got to be all type of crazy, all type of sickness running through you if you come up with such scheme to want to release. Even the thought of it is sickening. To want to release a revenge P tape on your ex-wife, who happens to be the mother of 4 of your kids. It's like, make it make sense. Some people are just dumb for no reason. And for people that side with him and feel sorry for him and want to dismiss it down to communication, knowing doggone well what it is, they sick in the head as well. But my thing is, if you need more people to blame to make yourself whole again and make yourself sleep at night because y'all just, oh my goodness, Martell could never, and because y'all like Martell wearing those too small suits and stuff, then blame the person that leaked all of the mess out. Because nobody would have known anything about it had Arion not ran her mouth. She's the person that that just had to seek advice and told the whole plot of what Martell planned to do and how he planned to do it. She revealed everything. So had it not been for old Motormouth not being able to think for herself, which happens to be a grown woman needing advice from another grown woman about releasing a revenge P tape on another grown woman, it's like, make it make sense. It's like, you don't hear yourself. You didn't hear what this man is asking you to do. You didn't think about it. But had it not been for Carson, well, let me put it like this. If Carson had been a Melody hater, she might have been like, oh, when Arion told her that, she probably would have been like, oh, girl, put that mess out. Put it out. Go ahead. Just because of the fact that they hate Melody. Or what if she was one of those pygmies that does whatever a man tells her? She would have been like, oh, do what your man said. If your man tell you to do something, then you do it. Because you don't want to make him mad. Because what did Arion say? Martell is always mad. And he gonna get mad at me if I don't do this. So what if Carson was a pygmy that said, oh, you better do what your man say do. Because you don't want him to be mad at you. So it's like, thank God that Carson had some type of dignity, some type of respect for herself. And she actually took the time to explain to Arion exactly what Martell was asking her to do. It's like Arion didn't see anything but that she didn't see anything outside of making Martell happy. And probably had it not been for Carson talking her off that ledge, and you know what? I don't even want to think about had Arion not reached out and revealed the plot to Carson. But it's like, but what about Tisha? Because Carson stated that she revealed the whole plot to Tisha. And what did Tisha do? Nothing. Did she pick up the phone and call Mel? No. Tisha sat on the information, probably waiting, hoping Martell plan was actually carried out, because Tisha, I don't care what nobody says, Tisha hates Melody. She hates the fact that Marceau is in love with Melody, and she do not like Melody. She's been in competition with Melody for some time now, and she does not like Melody. So she probably was probably hoping that Martell's plot was carried out. She couldn't even rise above the bull crap that's been going on Love and Marriage Huntsville, reach out to Melody and say, you know what, we need to talk. It don't matter how many outs we've had in the past. This is just not right. And she could have just reached out to Melody and said, you know what, this is what's going on. This is what I was told. I don't know all of it, or I don't know the extent. I don't know if it's done already, if it's still going on, if it's about to happen, but this is what happened. Did Tisha do any of that? No. But because Tisha wants Melody off the show, because she's in competition with Melody secretly by herself, she wants to be the lead person. She wants to be in Mel's spot on Love and Marriage Huntsville, amongst all the other ladies scraping for the top. But it seemed like and I don't care, I still believe this, I'm going to continue to say this, she decided to use Carson along with the information that she had told her to get back at Melody. Instead of telling Melody outright, in my opinion, she was going to use the information to her advantage. That's why Tisha brought Carson to Melody party. She didn't invite Carson to her spa day with the ladies. She brought her to Melody's event to make sure that when she needed a get back at Melody, she was looking for a aha moment towards Melody, she could have the Carson news to throw in Melody's face. But just like she did with that doggone BMW. But the fact that Tisha knew, Marceau knew. They talk about everything. Remember, they've had many a talks telling each other what happened with the other couples, going back and forth about Melody's business, going back and forth about Melody and Martell and stuff like that. Tisha tells Marceau everything. So there's no doubt that Marceau did not know. And if Marceau knew, then Maurice knew. Because they are thick as thieves. And if all three of them know, I'm sure Kimmy knew. But and people can say that people can say that Kimmy is so smart and this, that, and the other. They couldn't have told Kimmy. Kimmy does not like Melody either. Kimmy has always stood for Martell, and she has even taken up for Arion, telling Martell not to call her out her name. So miss me with the whole bull crap of Kimmy wouldn't have went for that. Kimmy definitely would have went for that. That's why she always taking them cheap shots behind the scenes and stuff, or at Melody. She does not like Melody either. But with all the information that they had got, that Tisha spread throughout their little group or whatever, their little circle of the Scotts, did either one of these people have a conversation with Melody to give her the heads up of what she really was dealing with to the point of Martell? Did anybody have a conversation with Martell to tell him that he went too far? Nope. What they did was probably Marceau and Maurice, they went laughing to Martell. It was like, you know what? The funniest thing Tisha told me is what Arion said this. And they told Martell what Arion said to Tisha, said to Carson, or what Tisha found out. And they probably had some good old laughs, and they all watched the video together. Cause I don't doubt that them Scott boys, they all saw that video. They all saw that video. And I believe that Destiny saw the video, and Destiny knew about the whole plot as well. Destiny knows everything that Martell does, and she's fine with everything that Martell does. But with all that, what did she do? She was a friend to Melody at one time too. But what did she do? She tried, in my opinion, that's the information that Destiny was willing to reveal at the reunion. Trying to have a moment, as she say that Melody's looking for a moment. I believe that Destiny was about to try to have a moment at the reunion with that revenge piece stuff. But try to make it seem like it was Melody cheating or something like that. I believe that Destiny knew. But not one person that was supposed to be Melody's friend at one time or another, not one of them stood on what's right. Not one of them said, you know what? I don't like her. I don't want to be friends with her. I don't want to be bothered with her. But at least let me hip her to what's going on that she has no control over. Because none of these people, all of these people knew, but none of these people thought that the sickening mess was enough to say enough is enough. That this is somebody's life that they're dealing with. This is a woman. She's who happened to be a mother. She's a business owner, and not one of them bastards cared enough to tell Melody what was going on, because they all wanted her off of Love and Marriage Huntsville, because they all want to be in her position. And I'm sure that of all these women knowing, I'm sure that Stormy got wind of what was probably going on, what happened as well. And when she got wind of it, she probably went straight to Arion, because they are friends, or they were friends, whatever. I'm going to say they still friends, because that's why Arion stopped airing Stormy out. But I'm sure that she went straight to the source and got the full details from Arion, and so she can have her little ace in the hole, her little one in the pocket to have over Melody as well. But did she come back and say, well, you know what, Melody, you know what, we ain't got to be friends or whatever, but this is what's going on? Nope. Not one of these people defended Melody. Not one of these people told her what was going on. But then once the news dropped, or once this is brought to Love and Marriage Huntsville, all of these Negroes got the nerve to be appalled and then try to dismiss the charges down to just communication. Not one of them had a conversation with Melody. Not one of them picked up the phone and called Melody to see if she was okay. Nothing. All of them wanted to defend Martell, saying that they don't know, that they don't think he should be in jail. It's only communication, whatever. But not one person picked up their phone or reached out to Melody, who happens to be the victim. Why? Because they all knew the whole plot. They all seen the video. They already got all the information. They got all the pieces. There is no more. And you can't say, well, like Tisha liked to say, well, we know what Martell did, but what did Melody do? Nothing. And that's exactly what they did to defend her. Nothing. That's why I don't like none of these people. But they had all decided to uphold Martell because they know Martell is the person that allowed them to use Melody in the first place. So their loyalty begins and ends with Martell. I don't care how wrong he is. They know that Martell and I'm going to say Martell probably does have something on all of them, but it can never be as bad as withholding information about a plot to release Revenge P on somebody. So it can't be that bad to the point where they're going to sit up here and withhold him, uphold him, and not hold him accountable for his mess. So, in my opinion, there's a lot of people that these people can direct their anger to. They can, they can be mad at throughout this whole Martell ordeal and his guilty verdict. But it's definitely not Melody. That's just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment on the video. Let me know what you think.